The morning sun barely made its way through the blinds of what was once our shared bedroom. I sat at the edge of the bed, a flurry of papers scattered around me, credit card statements, loan applications, and one painfully empty passport holder. Each document was a sharp jab to my gut, a stark revelation of betrayal from the woman I called my wife. The day had started like any other. I was searching for my passport for an upcoming business trip to London. That's when I found it, or rather, didn't find it. My passport was missing, and in its place, a pile of paperwork that documented debts I never knew I had. As I dug deeper, the story became horrifyingly clear. I don't understand, I murmured to myself, scanning the latest credit card statement showing charges from a boutique hotel in Paris, a place I had never been. My heart raced, piecing together the puzzle of deception my life had become. The door creaked open, and there she was, standing with her suitcase. "Anna?" I asked, my voice a mix of disbelief and rising anger. "What is this?" She avoided my eyes, her hands trembling slightly. "I'm sorry, I have to go." "To Paris?" I threw the question like a dart, watching as it hit its mark. Her silence was confirmation enough. "Why?" The word was a soft plea, tangled with the shards of our shattered life. Anna looked away, her voice barely a whisper. "I need to be free." "Free? With my passport and thousands in debt?" I stood up, the papers rustling underfoot like dry leaves in the fall. "It wasn't supposed to be like this," she said, tears welling up. "I thought I could fix it before you noticed." "By running away?" I scoffed, the bitter taste of betrayal coating my tongue. "With him?" She didn't answer, confirming my worst fears with her silence. The room filled with the tension of unspoken truths and broken promises. She moved towards the door, suitcase in hand. "Anna, wait!" I stepped in front of her, desperation clawing at my voice. "How could you do this to us?" "To us?" She paused, a cold laugh escaping her lips. "There's no us left to worry about." And with those words, she was gone, leaving behind a cloud of dust and a heart punctured by lies. The door slammed shut, echoing through the empty halls of our once happy home. In the silence that followed, a plan began to form in my mind, a plan of meticulous and calculated revenge. I would not let this betrayal go unanswered. I would clear my name, reclaim my life, and ensure that Anna would regret the day she decided to destroy everything we had built together. The first step was simple: gather evidence. I reached for my phone, scrolling through contacts until I found the one person I knew could help me navigate the tangled web of legal and financial deceit, my old friend and lawyer, Marcus. "Marcus, it's me," I said as soon as he picked up. "I need your help. It's about Anna." As I explained the situation, Marcus listened intently, his occasional hums of understanding punctuating my tale of deception. By the end of the call, we had a plan in place, and a fire of determination was kindled in my heart. Anna may have started this game, but I was going to end it. And I was going to win. The buzz of city life fades into the background as I make my way to Marcus's office, my footsteps echoing on the concrete. The cool, crisp air does nothing to quell the burning anger inside me. Each step is fueled by the relentless desire for retribution. Marcus greets me at the door of his downtown office, a fortress of glass and steel. His expression is a mix of concern and resolve. "Come in, let's get to work." Inside, his office is cluttered with legal tomes and case files. He motions to a seat across his heavy oak desk. "I've started pulling up everything we need. Bank statements, credit inquiries, everything. We'll track down every transaction. Can we find out where she is right now?" I ask, leaning forward, eager for immediate action. "We can start by tracing her last known activities. The hotel charges in Paris are a good lead." Marcus flips open his laptop, typing rapidly. "I'm also going to contact the banks about these loans. If we can prove you didn't authorize them, we can work on getting them annulled." The screen lights up with a login prompt for a sophisticated tracking software. "Okay, I'm in," Marcus announces, his eye scanning through streams of data. Looks like the charges are recent, just a couple of days ago. I'll reach out to the hotel, see if we can get more details, maybe surveillance footage. And what about my passport? I interject, the loss feeling like a physical void. We'll report it stolen. That way, if it's used, it'll flag immediately. You'll get an alert. As Marcus dials the hotel in Paris, my mind races through scenes of Anna, laughing in luxury, oblivious to the chaos she's left behind. The phone rings, and Marcus switches to speaker. Bonjour, Hotel Elegance, how can I help you? A crisp voice answers in French. Marcus switches to English, his tone professional. Good day, this is Marcus Flynn. I am inquiring about a guest who might have stayed at your establishment recently. After a brief hold, the voice returns, now cautious. I am sorry, sir, but we can't disclose guest information without a warrant. We'll get it, I whisper fiercely, more to myself than to Marcus. He nods, jotting down notes. The call ends with little gained but a pathway charted. Marcus's contacts in legal enforcement would be the next step in getting the necessary permissions. I'll handle the legal barriers, he assures me. In the meantime, let's report your passport and get those loan applications frozen. We spend the next hour on calls with banks and the passport agency. Each conversation is a step towards untangling the web Anna left, but the true sense of victory remains elusive. The wheels of justice are turning, albeit slowly. Once we get the bank's cooperation, we can start digging into where the money went, Marcus says, a plan forming. It might lead us directly to her. As I leave his office, the city seems different, colder, harsher. But beneath that, there's a thread of hope. The hunt is on, and with each step, I'm reclaiming the control that was ripped away from me. Anna's betrayal is deep, but my resolve is deeper. She will be found, and she will face the consequences of her deception. The game of cat and mouse has just begun, and I am no longer the prey. As the evening sky turns a deep shade of crimson, I'm on a flight to Paris. The tight space of the airplane cabin feels like a cage, trapping me with my own spiraling thoughts. Beside me, Marcus thumbs through a dossier of financial records and legal documents. The hum of the aircraft is a constant reminder of the distance we're closing between Anna and me. The phone rings. We land. We'll go straight to the hotel, Marcus explains, his voice low to avoid drawing attention. We have the warrant now. They'll have to cooperate. I nod, anxiety and anticipation mixing in my veins. And the bank? They're tracing the funds. Should have something by tomorrow. But first, we stop her from using any more of your money. The flight is a blur of restless sleep and rehearsed plans. When we land, the Parisian air greets us with a brisk chill, mirroring the cold resolve in my heart. The Hotel Elegance is more imposing in person, its facade a mask of luxury and secrets. As we approach the reception, Marcus leads with an air of authority that demands attention. Good afternoon, we spoke on the phone recently. I'm Marcus Flynn, and this is Mr. Jackson, the husband of Anna Jackson, who we believe is staying here, he states crisply to the receptionist, a young woman with sharp eyes. She hesitates, then nods, typing into her computer. One moment, please. Marcus leans in, his tone insistent. We have a warrant to access the records related to her stay and any financial transactions she made here. The receptionist pauses, eyeing the document Marcus hands her, then picks up the phone to presumably call her manager. After a brief conversation, she turns back to us. I will need to get authorization to release this information. Please wait here. As we wait, my gaze wanders over the opulent lobby, each luxurious detail a stark reminder of the deceit that brought us here. Finally, a man in a crisp suit approaches, his face set in a professional smile. Mr. Flynn, Mr. Jackson, I am the manager. I understand you are here concerning Ms. Jackson. Please, come to my office. Inside his office, the manager provides us with records of Anna's stay, dates, charges to the room, everything but her current whereabouts. She checked out this morning, he informs us, sliding a piece of paper across the desk. The news hits like a physical blow. Where did she go? I demand, trying to keep my composure. We don't have that information. She asked for a taxi, but where she went is not something we track. Marcus and I exchange a look, frustration simmering. We need to find out which taxi company was used. Can you get that information? Marcus asks, already dialing on his phone to contact the local authorities. The manager nods, tapping into his computer. Moments later, he provides the name of the taxi company. Marcus thanks him and steps outside to make more calls. I sit there, the weight of each second growing heavier. The chase is on, but the quarry remains just out of reach. As Marcus returns, his face is taut with fresh determination. The police are on it. They're tracking the taxi now. We'll have a location soon. The pieces are coming together, each move calculated and swift. As we leave the hotel, the Paris streets bustle around us, oblivious to the hunt unfolding in their midst. We're close, Marcus assures me as we head towards our next clue. We'll find her. The city might be vast, but with each step, Anna's world is shrinking. I am close behind, driven by a betrayed heart and the unyielding desire for retribution. The game is far from over, and I am playing for keeps. The streets of Paris are slick with rain as Marcus and I close in on our final lead. The taxi company had been cooperative, tracing the route to a quaint, unassuming apartment near Montmartre. The area buzzes with the lively steps of tourists, but the pit in my stomach only grows heavier as we approach our destination. This is it, Marcus murmurs, checking the address one last time. We stand before the apartment, the old wooden door stark against the cobblestone street. My hand clenches into a fist, this is where it ends. Marcus knocks sharply, a clear, commanding sound. There's a shuffle from inside, and then the door swings open. A man stands there, surprise etching his features quickly into wariness. Can I help you? He asks in French, his gaze flicking between us. It is not something we track, and I say, my voice steely, not bothering to hide the edge in it. His expression shifts, a flicker of recognition and fear. She's not here. But it's too late, I've already seen it, the edge of a familiar scarf draped over a chair in the background, the one I gave Anna on our last anniversary. Without waiting for an invitation, I push past him into the apartment, Marcus right behind me. The interior is dimly lit, but it's what's on the table that catches my eye, a collection of passports and documents, and among them, my own passport, its blue cover a stark call to action. There's a noise from another room, and then she's there, stepping into view, Anna. Her face is a mask of shock and dismay. John, she breathes, her stance defensive. How did you? How could you? I cut her off, my voice low with venom. You stole my life, Anna. And for what? It's not what you think, she starts, but I'm no longer listening. Save it. I know everything. The loans, the lies, the betrayal, I spit out, my anger peaking. Marcus steps forward, interjecting, we have all the proof we need to take this to the police, Anna. It's over. Her eyes dart around, cornered, desperate. John, please, let me explain. No more lies. I roar, slamming my hand down on the table. The passports and papers scatter, a physical echo of our scattered lives. There's a tense silence, broken only by the sound of the rain against the windows. Then, slowly, Anna's shoulders slump, defeated. I did it for us, she whispers, almost to herself. I thought we could start over. Start over? I laugh bitterly. By destroying everything? Marcus intervenes, we need to go, John. Let's leave her to the authorities. As we turn to leave, Anna's voice stops us. John, Save it, I cut her off, not looking back. I never want to see you again. Outside, the rain continues to fall, washing the Parisian streets clean. As we walk away, my steps feel lighter. The betrayal still stings, but the chains of deception are broken. In the end, Anna is left to face the consequences alone, her deception her only company. And I, freed from the lies, step into a future where trust might once again find a place. The city lights flicker, reflecting off the wet pavement, a subtle reminder that after every storm, there is a new beginning.